Battle of the Girls, Aika versus Hayate. Sitting down. So, I know I wasn't back by Hiro's cutoff. I don't want to hear it, Hiro! You weren't there when I woke up, and I bet you weren't there during the whole operation! But the doctor said... Hiro's cut off again. I don't care what he said! You shouldn't have left me! What if something happened? Well, nothing did. That's not the point! You told me you would stay, and you didn't! Listen, Olivia, I'm sorry. Crosses her arms and turns away. You'll have to prove to me you're sorry. What do you mean? You'll have to spend the whole day with me. Turns slightly back to Hiro. What? You're joking. I'm not. You won't be able to leave until you make it up to me. Really? Olivia side-eyes Hiro. Fine, be that way, but you won't stop me from leaving. Gets up and tries to walk out of the room, but a bunch of other injured/sick kids stands in the way. Are you kidding me? Did she really ask you guys to block my way? Olivia is our friend and we help each other out. She asked us to do something and we'll do it. And she asked us to keep you in, so here we are. Turns around to face Olivia. Come on, Liv. You actually had them do this? This is really selfish, you know. Puffs and turns her head. That coming from my brother who left me to go somewhere random. Achoo! Bless you. Thank you. Hiro, Olivia just wanted to spend time with you. Bless you. Thank you. Olivia wanted to spend time with you. Oh, shut it, Benny. Looks around and realizes he has no choice. Turns back to Olivia and groans. Fine. I guess I'll stay here. Yay! Thank you, guys! Yay! They all talk over trying their success. Well, we're all gonna go now, Olivia, but if you need us, we'll always be next door. But what do you mean? Why don't you guys just stay here? We can all hang out. Really? Tries leaving. I guess since you're trying to have others here then, the kids form a barricade again. Dang it. Thank you, Olivia. We'd love to. The kids rush into the room, pile on the bed, and any extra room they can find. Hey, let's play Bakuromasu on TV! Yeah! Well, there goes my day. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. I wonder what the others are up to. The camera cuts to Hayate entering the shop. Hey guys! Hey Hayate, how's it going? Groans. It's so boring! What do you mean boring? I haven't had a match in so long! Didn't you just have a match 2 days ago against Kyoshi, and then one immediately after against Hiro? Well, yeah, but now I've upgraded my song and really want to test it out. Kyoshi and Hiro's match yesterday got me really fired up. I came here wondering if Shoji would fight me. Speaking of which, where is Shoji? Shoji overslept. He's probably still sleeping. Oh, really? Well, that's fine. Then, do you want to be my opponent instead, Aika? I can't. And why not? You can't use the shop as an excuse because it's Sunday and the shop is closed on Sunday. That's why I have a key, so I can get in whenever. Don't you have a key because you work here? Technically, I work here. Hey, don't change the subject! Close her eyes. I mean, you are right, but I haven't upgraded my song yet. What? Why not? I haven't had the time. In case you forgot, I also helped run the shop, and we just got the new booster set yesterday. I didn't forget. Thanks for a moment. Fine. How about you build your song now, and when you're done, we fight. Deal? Looks around. Well, I guess a break wouldn't hurt. Looks at Hayate. Okay, Hayate, you're on. Yeah! Go ahead and work on your song. I'll just be here. Wandering. Hayate is cut off. Hayate, don't. Fine. Walks over to a table, sits down, and spreads out her song before sighing exhaustively. Okay, what do I want to do with this? Looks at her cards intensely. Hey, Aika, you can't build your song without this. Places a few boxes of the first booster set next to Aika. Oh yeah, I forgot to grab it. Thanks. A montage occurs as Aika begins grabbing cards from the booster set and swapping them with cards in her current song, going back and forth with some cards and thinking about each option. Hayate can be seen moving around a lot in the background, just dancing and reading over Aika's shoulder. Hey, that's a good one! Points to a card on the table, picks up and reads the card, revealing it to be Harbinger Droid. Harbinger Droid? It looks strong, but I don't think it fits me. Really? I think it fits you perfectly. It's a supporter who gets stronger by helping others. If you think so, I'll put it in. Puts the card into her song. And now I'm done. Super cool! Are you ready to test it out? Jeez, Hayate. Once you've got your mind set on something, you really are focused, aren't you? Yep. So was that a yes or no to testing it out now? Well, I don't have much of a choice outside of saying yes, do I? Hayate shakes her head no, causing Aika to sigh. Here, let me get my key. Stands up and begins to walk towards the counter. You don't have to, I've got it. Dangles Aika's key. Why do you have my key? It's important for me to know where everything is since I'm a part of the staff. Smiles cheekily. You only know it because you were walking around earlier, I presume. Whatever, let's go ahead and help the elevator and get this started if you're ready. I'm ready as you are. The girls walk towards the elevator and it closes. They arrive onto the field and walk towards their respective sides and set up their boards. I guess the best way to test out a song is to actually have a match with it, at least in your logic anyway. Aika shuffles her song and places it down and draws 5 cards. Yep, How else are you supposed to get a real feel for the song without a real match? It would be like having a hot dog without a bun, or an ice cream without an ice cream cone. Hayate shuffles her song, places it down, and draws 5 cards. As she speaks, she looks at her hand cards. Those are completely normal things, you know, but I do get what you're coming from. I sent 2 cards back. Looks back up at Hayate as she sends 2 cards at the bottom of her song, draws 2 and shuffles. Exactly! Looks at her hand cards for a moment before looking back at Aika. You know what? I'll send back my whole hand! Sends her entire hand to the bottom of her song, draws 5 and shuffles. What? Was your hand really that bad? No, not really. But if I kept that hand, it would be no fun. I want to enjoy this match. So, are you ready? Gosh, Hayate, you sure are weird. But yeah, I'm ready. Well, then there's only one thing to do in order to start the fight. Way ahead of you. Knowledge release! Grimoire open! The field begins to glow as the camera pans around the entire field. If you don't mind, can I go first? Go ahead. Cool, my turn. Draw phase, stand phase, and main phase. Looks at her hand. Looks up and smiles at Aika. I have my turn. Huh? Didn't you ask to go first? Yeah, but then I realized I had nothing to do. Jiggly smiles. If it was anyone else, I'd question it, but I know you too well. Aika and Hayate stare a smile. My turn. Draw phase, stand phase, and main phase. Looks at her hand and back at Hayate. I'll start off by summoning both Mender Droid and Breaker Droid. A green fist punches through the camera as a portal opens next to Aika and Mender Droid walks out. A portal appears in the sky and a bunch of metal parts fall from the sky and cause dust to form once they hit the ground. Once the dust fades, Breaker Droid is revealed. It's the first turn and you're already using the new cards? Well, Breaker won't be able to do anything for a while, but now that he's here, let's enter the attack phase. First to attack will be Mender Droid. Mender Droid charges towards Hayate. No guard! Mender Droid throws a punch at Hayate as the barrier forms, causing it to break and push Hayate back a bit. Damage check. Draw trigger. I draw 1 card. Hayate draws 1. I'll attack again with Breaker Droid. Breaker Droid swings his arm at Hayate, causing it to fly off towards Hayate. I'll no guard this one too. The barrier forms to block the arm but is broken, pushing Hayate back again. Damage check. Handy Traveler. No trigger. The arm returns back to Breaker Droid and reattaches itself. I end my turn. Aw, really? What do you mean, really? I mean, you didn't do anything. You just called 2 creatures and attacked. That's what you always do. Well, I can't do much. It's only the second turn. Plus, you didn't even do anything last turn. Prepares to say something but stops. Touché. Well, I'm gonna show you an exciting turn to force you to match it. Shrugs shoulders. If you say so. Just wait and see, Aika. My turn! Draw phase, stand phase, and main phase. Separates 1 card in her hand from the rest. First, I play Ferocious Winds. Reveals Ferocious Winds in her hand to Aika. I send the top 2 cards of my song to the drop zone in order to draw 2 cards. Strong winds blew from behind Hayate, knocking the top 2 cards of her song into the air and letting them fall into the drop zone. They were Undead Dragon of the Swamp and Vicious Wrath. Hayate then draws 2 cards and looks at her hand cards. Okay, that's the plan. Separates another card in her hand from the rest as she looks at Aika. Now I summon the mage who will resurrect all his fallen allies back from the beyond. Come to the field, Mage of the Dead! Throws the card into the field, causing it to spin with wind forming from it until it landed perfectly and stopped. The wind form continued to spin as ghosts began to spread from the ground and covers the tornado. The silhouette of Mage of the Dead appears in the tornado with his arms clutching a green aura around him. I am the spirit who guides the lost souls back to the world. I am the one who controls their fate. Behold, Mage of the Dead! The tornado breaks and Mage of the Dead slowly floats down with closed eyes until he lands on the ground and opens his eyes, showing their green color. So, Hayate, what do you think of that entrance? I'd give it a 7. A 7? Really? I think it was at least a 9. I don't know. Aika, what do you think? Looks at Aika. What? I guess it was fine. Looks at Mage of the Dead. See? Aika agrees it's fine, which equals 7. I feel like that's an inaccurate assumption. That doesn't matter. You ready to let the winds blow? Always at the ready. Gives Hayate a thumbs up, causing her to smile. I'm sorry, but what's going on? Looks at Aika. You're about to find out. I activate Mage of the Dead's ability. When he enters the field from my hand, I draw 1 card. Hayate draws 1. Next, activate his second ability. Let's kick up a storm, Mage! You've got it, Hayate. Ha! Claps his hands together and spreads them apart, creating a green aura arc above him with his eyes turning pure green. By discarding 2 cards from my hand, I can renew 3. Discards Faded Spirit and Traveling Necromancer. I'm gonna bring out Undead Dragon of the Swamp from my drop zone if that's not too much, Mage. Not at all, Hayate. Ah! Great dragon whose spirit lies in the dark swamps of Sauron, appear in battle beside us once more. Come to the field, Undead Dragon of the Swamp! Undead Dragon of the Swamp slowly flies through the portal and lands on the field and roars. He says, thanks for bringing me back. The drop zone was starting to get cramped. No problem, Dragon. Now into his ability. Once per turn when he's special summoned, I can draw 2 cards. Hayate draws 2. I don't like where this is going. I'm not done yet. Next I summon Vicious Wrath from my hand. A dark shadow flies on the ground and floats out of the ground and Vicious Wrath appears. His skill activates and causes both to discard 1. I'll discard Bursting Winds. Standard Hayate play. Make both players discard while you fill up your drop zone with creatures to call. I'll discard Harbinger Droid. Both cards fall into the respective player's drop zone. It may be standard, but has been strengthened by the new cards, and thanks to them, I'm still not done. Turns her attention towards Vicious Wrath. Hey, Vicious Wrath, I'm gonna need your power for this one here. Vicious Wrath waves his hand in response. That's a I'm ready when you are in Ghost. Thanks for the translation, Mage. Turns her attention to Aika. Not by discarding Necromancer Rayless, I can renew one. Discards Rayless to the drop zone. What? You're already discarding your safeguard? With what I'm planning, I won't need it. Chuckles slightly. Of course you won't. Gets visibly upset. I'm telling you I won't. Normal. You won't believe me anyways until the end. To continue, the card I'll renew Wrath's ability will be Faded Spirit. Vicious Wrath raises its hands to the air as a portal appears from the ground and Faded Spirit arrives from it. The portal closes and Faded Spirit flies around the field before settling by Hayate's side. Well, now you've used up all your summonings, I presume. Yeah, but now I can enter the attack phase. First, I attack your Mender Droid, Undead Dragon of the Swamp. And by paying 1, I get to add a gift check. Undead Dragon of the Swamp roars and flies towards Mender Droid with a dark green aura flowing behind it. I won't guard. Really? That's something different from you. Normally, you would have guarded. Well, I might as well do something interesting to you. It's a start, but you're gonna do something much more interesting. But for now, gift check, damage trigger. I deal 1 damage to you, Aika. A quick windstorm blew fiercely over Aika and blew her back. Stood her ground, but was moved a little. Damage check, Keeper of Technology Shaylee, no trigger. Looks like neither of us are using safeguards this game, huh, Aika? We'll see. Trying to make me think, huh, Aika? Nice try, but you know now's the time for fun, not thought. Now Dragon, continue the attack and destroy Mender Droid! Mender Droid throws a punch at Undead Dragon, but misses. An Undead Dragon wraps around Mender Droid, shoots its green aura at it, and destroys it, sending a gust of wind blasting towards Aika. Her stance shifts slightly. Damage check, Construction Droid, no trigger. That's 1 construct down, plenty more to go. Let's continue the attack with Vicious Wrath against Breaker Droid, also with a gift check by paying 1. Vicious Wrath turns into a shadow and flies across the ground before reaching Breaker Droid and appearing right behind it. No guard to this one as well. Gift check, Undead Dragon of the Swamp, no trigger. Vicious Wrath wraps his hands around Breaker Droid's ankles and drags it into the shadows, which causes an explosion and makes Aika falter in her stance as the explosion blows past the barrier. Damage check, draw a trigger, I draw 1 card. Aika draws 1. Then the skill of Breaker Droid activates. Once destroyed, if there are 3 or more constructs in my drop zone, I can draw 1 card. Aika draws another card, visibly annoyed. Breaker Droid lets you draw when it's destroyed? I wish I'd attacked that first instead of Mender. Normal. I'll remember that for next time. Now to continue, I attack you directly with my Faded Spirit. Faded Spirit began to fly and swirl around the field until it caused after images and began to head straight towards Aika. Looks at her hand and speaks to herself. I can afford to guard this, but at the same time, stops as she looks up at Hayate to see her smiling. Any plan won't work on her. I'll have to make it up as I go along, out loud. No guard! The barrier forms and Faded Spirit and his after images crash into the barrier, causing it to break and slightly push Aika back. Damage check, Rule Maker Droid, no trigger. You lost a Rule Maker. That's no fun. I wanted to fight it here on this stage. Don't worry, I'll summon it later. That being said, I let you. Smiles cheekily, chuckles back in response. Whatever, Hayate. Go ahead and continue. If that's what you want. Looks at Mage of the Dead. Mage, you ready to attack? Well, bringing back allies is kind of my thing, but I've learned a thing or two from being on the battlefield. So long story short, yes, I'm ready. Good! Looks at Aika. Mage of the Dead, go and attack Aika! Well, normally I don't use my powers to attack a lady, but as Hayate requests, feel the power of my Storm Surge! Claps his glowing green hands, which cause the storm to appear, and as lightning strikes from the sky, ghosts fly down towards Aika. No guard, once more! The barrier forms and the ghosts break through it with the help of the wind and lightning, pushing Aika back and almost making her fall. Damage check, heal trigger, I recover 1 damage. A green gear appears behind Aika and turns to cause green particles to fall on her as she places Construction Droid in the drop zone. Didn't expect you to play a no guard for all those attacks, especially Mender Droids. But you must have a plan in mind for later if you're going to do that. Maybe you're right, but maybe you're wrong. Who knows? Smirks. There's the fun, Aika. Okay, I'll admit, I'm a bit interested to see what you have up your sleeve. I am my turn here. I know you too well that a plan won't work on you. What do you mean? Smiles and shakes her head. Never mind. Anyways, it's my turn, and I'll show you something you haven't seen before. Hayate smiles. Draw phase, stand phase, and main phase. Looks at her hand and speaks in her head. Okay, there are 3 options here. Rule Maker, who will give me the advantage now, but might slow me down later. Harbinger, who can act as a trigger for Rule Maker, though slow. Or Resource. Looks back up at Hayate. I think I made my choice. In her head. She's going to try something here, isn't she? Oh, I can't wait! Out loud. Go ahead! ahead, Aika, show me your plan! Well, you asked for it. First, I summoned a second breaker droid. A portal appears in the sky and a bunch of metal parts fall from the sky and cause dust to form once they hit the ground. Once the dust clears, breaker droid is revealed. Next, I'll summon construction droid to my field. Steel parts begin to fly all towards the center of the field and combine. When the done combining, construction droid appears. This is unusual for you. Normally, you use mender droid in a level 1 or construction droid in a level 2. Never this, so I'm guessing this is where the new comes in. You guessed it, Hayate. Next, I summon Salmon droid. The ground begins to shake and a robot hand raises it from it to reveal a robot with an arm made of a fishing net and the other of a fishing hook. There's another new card, though to be honest, I expected more. Something bigger. Well, Hayate, if you want something bigger, then here you go. I pay 1 and use Salmon Droid's Combine to combine Salmon Droid, Construction Droid, and Breaker Droid together to a new power. Salmon Droid threw its fishing net arm into the air, which allowed the net to grow exponentially, and used its hook arm to grab Breaker Droid and Construction Droid and throw them into the net with itself. They rocked the net together and began to fuse. You might be expecting Ruin Maker, but coming to the field instead is my Resource Droid. The net breaks as one giant robot falls from the sky and lands on the ground. Smoke covers the field, but Resource Droid sucks it up with its vacuum mouth. Whoa, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. A new big creature who rivals Rule Maker. Now what's it do? I was just about to show you, but first thanks to Breaker Droid, I draw 1 because it was destroyed. Aika draws 1. Now for the skill of Resource Droid. When it enters the field, I can draw 1 card and destroy 1 creature on your field. What? It can destroy cards just like Ruin Maker? Yep, I'll use this ability to destroy your undead dragon. Now go, Resource Reducer! Aika draws 1 as Resource Droid rears and clanks. Resource Droid marches towards undead dragon and brings up its hands and punches right through the dragon, destroying it. Swamp! I'm sorry, but I'll bring you back soon. It won't make much of a difference though. What do you mean? Oh, you'll see. For now, Resource Droid, get in there and attack Mage of the Dead with Resource Wrecker! And I'll pay 1 to add a gift check for good measures. Resource Droid turns its eyes to Mage of the Dead. What's your plan, Hayate? Looks at her hand before looking back at Mage of the Dead. I'm sorry, Mage. Lowers head. I see. Looks up. Well, no matter. I know I'll return. And I won't go down without a fight. Gives Hayate a thumbs up. Thanks, Mage. Mage of the Dead nods at Hayate before they both refocus on Aika and Resource Droid respectively. No guard, Aika! Gift check. Damage trigger. I'm getting payback for last time, Hayate. 1 damage to you. The barrier forms around Hayate as machine parts fall from the sky, breaking the barrier and causing dust. Damage check. Mage of the Dead. No trigger. Don't forget that Resource Droid is still attacking. Resource Droid lowers its hands and throws a punch at Mage of the Dead, who forms a green shield with his energy to block it, but it slowly breaks under the pressure. Sorry, Hayate. I wasn't able to keep up for long. See you soon. Resource Droid rears and clangs as it raises its other hand and slams it down on Mage of the Dead, crushing it and causing a fierce gust of wind to blow Hayate to the ground. Stands back up slowly and groans. Don't worry, Mage. I'll bring you back next turn, I promise. Damage check. Vicious Wrath. No trigger. I end my turn. So Hayate, what do you think of that turn? That was much more different than I expected. But now it's my turn, and I'll be sure to bring Mage back. Hayate and Aika ready themselves in their respective stances. Let's go! Draw phase! Hayate draws energetically. Stand phase! Vicious Wrath and Faded Spirit stand, and my face down damage is unflipped. Finally, the main phase! First, I'll use Vicious Wrath's Renew to discard Shield of Renewal from my hand in order to special summon Mage of the Dead back to the field! Vicious Wrath wails as it once more raises its hands to the air as a portal appears from the ground and a tornado spurs from it. Quickly, Mage of the Dead floats to the portal and before breaking it with his hands and slowly descends to the ground as the portal closes. Whew, I tell you the drop zone is getting worse by the second. Also, Resource Droid. Swamp's still mad for you sending him back there. Nice to have you back, Mage. Nice to be back, Hayate. Haha, great, Mage is back. But still, even if you use him to return Swamp Dragon to the field, you only have 1 creature that can attack Resource Droid. You'd normally be right, but that'd only be the case if I didn't have this! I play Spirit's Blessing by paying 1! A small fountain appeared behind Hayate with a blue flare floating around it. Why didn't you play that before you summoned Mage of the Dead? Oh yeah, I forgot to. Smiles cheekily. That's my partner for you. Never change, Hayate. Don't worry, Aika. I don't plan to. Now I discard another Faded Spirit and a Heal Trigger from my hand in order to special summon Undead Dragon of the Swamp. Faded Spirit and a Heal Trigger fall from Hayate's hand into the drop zone. Now, Mage, if you please. No problem, Hayate. Claps his hands together and spreads them apart, creating a green aura arc above him with his eyes turning pure green. Great dragon whose spirit lies in the dark souls of Sauron, appear in battle beside us once again. Come to the field once more. Undead Dragon of the Swamp! Undead Dragon of the Swamp slowly flies through the portal and lands on the ground. Undead Dragon roars upon his appearance. That means he's glad to be back and he's coming for Resource. Well, don't worry, Dragon, because thanks to Spirit's Blessing, everyone gets plus 50 power, so now you're stronger than Droid. But also, I draw 2 from your skill. Hayate draws 2 cards. And since I special summon a creature from the drop zone, Faded Spirit gets another 50 power for the turn. All the creatures glow with green energy surrounding them. That's not so much of a difference, Hayate. Just a single level 1 is all I need, and the Resource Droid will stay on the field. We'll see. Now to the attack phase. I attack your Resource Droid with Swamp. Rest Undead Dragon with Swamp, causing it to ready itself for battle and roar. Aika's cut off. I didn't say I was done. Aika gasped. I paid 2 and activate Undead Dragon with Swamp's renew ability in order to special summon Faded Spirit from the drop zone. Undead Dragon roars and creates a portal above it, which Faded Spirit arrives from. The portal closes and Faded Spirit flies around the field before settling by Hayate's side. And thanks to this, Spirit's Blessing gives all of my creatures plus 50 power, and the Faded Spirit summoned earlier gains another 50 due to its own skill. Green energy once again surrounds them. This means Undead Dragon with Swamp has an attack power of 300. Undead Dragon roars. Nice play, Hayate. Thanks, Mage. And while I'm on a roll, I pay 1 to add a gift check to this attack. Looks at her hand, then at Hayate. No guard. Really? Okay then, gift check. Unforgiving winds, no trigger. Undead Dragon flew towards Resource Droid and the two began to brawl. Resource Droid threw a punch, but Undead Dragon simply dodged it and the two continued the exchange until Undead Dragon rose above Resource Droid for a punch and fell on top of it, crushing it and sending a massive wind towards Aika. Damage check! Damage trigger! Another damage to you, Hayate! The barrier forms on Hayate as machine parts fall from the sky, breaking the barrier and causing dust. Damage check! Ferocious winds! No trigger! So we both took a hit there. But it won't stop me from attacking! Vicious Wrath! Get in there and attack Aika! Vicious Wrath turned into a shadow and traveled along the ground until it arrived at Aika. No guard! Vicious Wrath enclosed its hands around Aika before the barrier formed, breaking it and causing Aika to stumble in her stance. Damage check! Targeted missile strike! No trigger! I'm not done yet, Aika! I attack you directly again with my Faded Spirit, who was summoned last turn with 250 power! Faded Spirit flies straight towards Aika. I won't let you! Fiercely separates one card in her hand from the rest. By discarding Shaylee from my hand, Safeguard activates! Reveals the card to be Keeper of Technology Shaylee to Hayate and discards it. Your attack is nullified! Shaylee appears with a book with a gear on its cover and a staff and holds the staff high in the air, creating a massive gear, blocking Faded Spirit and pushing it back to Hayate. Thanks, Shaylee. Shaylee nods her head and fades away, visibly upset. I didn't know you had a Safeguard still in your hand. Normal. Well, no matter. On to the next attack. My second Faded Spirit attacks you directly. Rest, Faded Spirit. No guard! The second Faded Spirit flies towards Aika as the barrier forms. Faded Spirit moves fast enough to create after images and they crash into the barrier one after the other until it breaks, pushing Aika back slightly. Damage check. Mender Droid, no trigger. One more attack. Mage of the Dead, get in there and attack Aika! No problem, Hayate. Once more, feel the power of my Storm Surge! Claps his glowing green hands, which causes a storm to appear and as lightning strikes from the sky, goes fly down towards Aika. I'll guard this with a heal trigger! Reveals a heal trigger in her hand to Hayate, causing a giant green gear to appear in front of the storm and prevent it from reaching Aika, but she could still feel the breeze of the attacking drone. The storm stopped and the gears disappeared. My storm! It's been stopped! Don't worry, Mage. You'll get her next time. I can't believe such a small attack became so powerful. Well, that's my song for you. I'm kind of disappointed you guarded 2 of my attacks, but 3 still went through, so I'll end my turn here. Okay then, it's my turn. Draw phase, stand phase. My damage is flipped face up and main phase. In her head, this is getting close. A turn or 2 more bad and it's game over. No more playing around. It's time to get serious. Out loud. First, I summon another construction droid. Steel parts begin to fly all towards the center of the field and combine. When they're done combining, construction droid appears. Another construction droid? Does that mean Rule Maker's coming? No, not exactly. I pay 1 and use construction droid's Combine 1 ability to destroy itself and special summon from my song, the Harbinger droid. Construction droid jumps into the air and its pieces split apart and reform together, rearranging themselves until they form Harbinger droid. Wait, is that the card I told you to put in? It is. It's about to help me win. But first, I summon another Mender droid. A green fist punches through the camera as a portal opens next to Aika and Mender droid walks out. On to the attack phase. First, I attack your Faded Spirit with Harbinger droid. Harbinger droid charged towards Faded Spirit, swinging its sword left and right. No guard! Harbinger droid kept swinging the sword until it fell off balance and the sword crashed on top of Faded Spirit, causing a gust of wind and dust to blow towards Hayate. Damage check! Ferocious Hurricane! No trigger! Harbinger droid grew bigger and so did its sword. What? Why did it grow bigger? Considering you suggested it, I expected you to know. But since you don't, I'll tell you. Whenever Harbinger droid destroys an opponent's creature, its level increases by 1. Right. To be honest, I kinda just skimmed the card. What? Then why did you... Never mind. I attack your other Faded Spirit with Mender Droid, and I pay 1 for a gift check. I won't guard again! Gift check. Heal trigger. I recover 1 damage. The green gear appears above Aika and rotates, letting green particles flow down to Aika as Room Maker Droid is placed from the damage zone into the drop zone. Go on and continue the attack, Mender Droid! Mender Droid barreled towards Fated Spirit and threw a punch at it, which missed as Fated Spirit disappeared but reappeared behind Mender Droid. Before it could strike, Mender Droid turned around and threw a left hook at Fated Spirit and destroyed it, sending wind towards Hayate. Ah! Damage check! Necromancer Rayless! No trigger! Seriously, Aika, is that all you've got? You'll see soon enough what I've got, but for now I end my turn. This match just keeps getting better and better! My turn! Draw phase! Stand phase! My damage is flipped face up, my creatures stand, and I enter the main phase! Looks at her hand and then back at Aika, causing Aika to brace herself. Here we go again! I'll just 2 cards for Mage to activate his Renew in order to bring Fated Spirit back from the drop zone! Necromancer Rayless and Mage of the Dead fall from Hayate's hand to the drop zone. Go ahead, Mage! You got it, Hayate! Claps his hands together and spreads them apart, creating a green aura arc above him with his eyes turning pure green. Ghost who transcends life and death, return to the battlefield and deliver to our enemies their dreaded fate! Come to the field, Fated Spirit! Fated Spirit flies through the portal and zooms around the field until it stops next to Hayate and Mage of the Dead close the portal. There we go. Nice to see you, Fated Spirit. Fated Spirit looks at Mage of the Dead. Oh, come on. You can't still be mad about that. Mad about what? That's not important. Just continue the turn, questioningly. Okay. Well, now Spirit's Blessing activates, giving all my creatures plus 50 power. All the creatures glow with green energy surrounding them. Then I use my Vicious Wrath skill to discard Traveling Necromancer from my hand in order to special summon Traveling Necromancer. Vicious Wrath raises its hands to the air as a portal appears from the ground and Traveling Necromancer floats through it and lands slowly on the ground as the portal closes. Hey, Hayate. Hey, Necromancer. Sorry it took so long to summon you. Nah, you're fine. Looks at Mage of the Dead. Hey, Mage, you've been taking care of Hayate, right? Of course, Necromancer. You have nothing to worry about. Hey, guys. Sorry to cut your conversation short, but I give all of you plus 50 power once again since a creature is special summon, and Fated Spirit will gain another 50 power due to his own skill. Once more, all the creatures glow with green energy surrounding them. Are you ready for my attack, Aika? I'm ready for you to come right at me. Smiles, gasps and speaks in her head. She smiled. She must have something up her sleeve. Probably it has to do with Harbinger's on destruction effect to summon a creature of the same level. I may have skimmed it, but I remember that at least. Okay, we'll avoid destroying it for now. Out loud. It's time for the attack phase! Fated Spirit, attack Mender Droid for 200 power! No guard! I knew it! This must be your plan! Fated Spirit dashes towards Mender Droid, who throws a punch but misses as Fated Spirit fades inside Mender Droid and destroys it from the inside out, causing an explosion and blowing wind towards Aika. Ah! Damage check! Damage trigger! 1 damage to you, Hayate! Machine parts appear in the sky and fall on Hayate with the barrier forming just in time to protect her. Ah! Damage check! Hated Traveler! No trigger! Now Hayate was cut off. When you destroy my creature, I pay 4 and activate Construct Reborn! A trash heap of gears appears behind Aika. What? What's that? With this card, when you destroy my creature, I can special summon a construct from my drop zone. What? That's very... Wait. You don't have anything too dangerous in there. The most you have is Resource Droid. Have you already forgotten, Hayate? Smirks. What do you mean? Last turn, when I pulled that heal trigger, I placed a certain creature into my drop zone. A blue light began to glow from the trash heap. Well, let's see. When you pulled a heal trigger, you placed a... Then that means... Stops, she begins to brace herself. That's right, Hayate. I summoned my partner who is made up of the power of his friends. Come to this battlefield and conquer with your mechanical fury. Appear! Ruin Maker Droid! A mechanical war cry can be heard from the trash heap before Ruin Maker swatted all away with his arms, and the wind caused by the summoning pushed everyone back. This is gonna be a tough one, Hayate. I know, Mage, but we can handle it together. I'm not so sure about that. What do you mean? You remember Ruin Maker's skill, right? When this creature enters the field, all level 2 or lower creatures are destroyed. That means... Hayate stops in realization. Now Ruin Maker, destroy all of Hayate's creatures. Roar of Ruin! Rearing a mechanical war cry as it walks towards Hayate's field, causing Harbinger Droid to be destroyed by the footsteps. Ruin Maker swings his hands across the field and pushes all of the creatures back. Guys! Sorry, Hayate. This might be the end for us. Don't worry, we'll come back like we always do. But for now... Traveling Necromancer stops as Ruin Maker raises his hands to the sky and slams them on the ground, causing all of Hayate's creatures except for Undead Dragon the Swamp, who flies away just in time to avoid destruction as a strong wind blows towards Hayate and knocks her down. Ah! Slowly stands back up and wipes the dirt off herself. I didn't expect Ruin Maker to come out on my turn. You definitely turned the tables, Aika, but I'll be sure to do so next turn. A blue portal appears next to Aika before Mender Droid leaps out from it and stands next to her. Huh? Why is Mender Droid here? That's Harbinger Droid's ability. Since it was destroyed, I can special summon another construct from my song with the same level it had when it was destroyed. The camera pans over Harbinger Droid in the drop zone. When Ruin Maker destroyed it, Harbinger was a level 2, meaning I can special summon Mender Droid from my song. Whoa, that's a really cool effect. But it won't stop me from going on the attack. Undead Dragon of the Swamp attacks your Rule Maker droid, and I pay 1 so I can use a gift check. And I follow that up by using it to renew it and paying 2 to bring back my Mage of the Dead. Come back, Mage! Undead Dragon roars and creates a portal above it that Mage of the Dead arrives from. The portal closes as Mage of the Dead spreads his hands to the side. Hey, Hayate, told you I'd be back. That's great, but you won't be doing anything here. Is that fine? Yeah, totally. But don't forget Spirit's Blessing. Right. Thanks for reminding me. Spirit's Blessing gives all of my creatures plus 50 power, meaning Undead Dragon of the Swamp has 350 power. Undead Dragon of the Swamp flies towards Ruin Maker, ready to crush it. Guard with a draw trigger! 2 red gears appear in front of Ruin Maker, blocking Undead Dragon as it makes contact with the gears. Dang it! Couldn't get through. Gift check. Froze's Hurricane. No trigger. Nods at her gift check, causing Aika to look at her in question before Hayate adds it to her other cards. I attack Mender Droid with a Mage of the Dead! You got it, Hayate! Ha! Here's my Storm Surge! Claps his glowing green hand, which causes a storm to appear, and as lightning strikes from the sky, ghosts fly down towards Mender Droid. I guard with a damage trigger! A red gear appeared in front of Mender Droid, which blocked the ghost and lightning. You guarded that too! I am my turn. I'll decide it on my next turn, Aika. I don't doubt you, Hayate. That's why this turn will be the last one. We'll see. Braces herself slightly changes her stance for a more offensive one. My turn. Draw phase and stand phase. My creatures stand by dance on foot in the main phase. Looks at her hand quickly before shifting back to Hayate. First, I'll play Repair. With it, I can add a creature that has Combine for my drops onto the hand by paying 1. So by paying 1, I'll choose to add Salmon Droid back to my hand. The card flies into Aika's hand as she grabs 2 other cards from her hand and holds them all together. Next, I'll summon that Salmon Droid along with my Breaker and Construction Droids. The screen splits into 3 and each comes out with their own summoning animation from earlier. Are you about to Combine again? Why would I not? Smiles. I pay 1 and activate Salmon Droid's Combine in order to destroy itself, Breaker Droid, and Construction Droid, which will allow me to summon Resource Droid once again! And the same summoning animation from Resource Droid from last time plays in the background of the 2 talk. You're bringing out Resource Droid again? You were serious about ending it this turn. I'm not letting this match drag on for too much longer. The summoning animation finishes and clanking can be heard coming from Resource Droid. Now I use a skill combined with Breaker Droids to draw 2 cards and destroy your Undead Dragon. Aika draws 2 and as Resource Droid extends his arm, it smashes Undead Dragon, destroying it. Undead! We're barely standing. Hayate, stop that moping. We both know this is gonna be rough, but we'll stick it out and make it to the next turn. Yeah, you're right, Mage. And on that turn, we'll win. We just need to make it there. Hayate and Mage share a nod before turning to face Aika. Bring it on, Aika. We're ready. Okay, then. If that's what you want, I enter the attack phase and start my attacks off by attacking your Mage of the Dead with Mender Droid, and I'll pay 1 to add a gift check. Rest Mender Droid, who charges towards Mage of the Dead. I won't let you. Separates a card in her hand from the rest. I guard with a draw trigger. A Gravekeeper appeared and slammed his shovel in the front of Mender Droid, stopping it in his tracks. How do you like that, Aika? Reveals the top card of her song to be Salmon Droid and adds it to her hand as she speaks. I'm not done yet. Moves her hand over Resource Droid. Resource Droid attacks Mage of the Dead next, and I'll pay 1 to give it a gift check. Resource Droid barrels towards Mage of the Dead with massive clanking and rearing being heard. And I'll guard this one using a heal trigger. Throws a card to the drops on his Resource Droid, throws a punch at Mage of the Dead, who opens his arms wide, creating a portal where a ghost girl flies out and catches Resource Droid punch. Whew. Thanks for that one, Hayate. And you too. Winks and gives a thumbs up to both the heal and Hayate, which they both respond with a nod as the portal and heal disappear. Gift check. Rule Maker Droid. No trigger. Slightly changes her stance to push forward with everything she has as she places her hand over Rule Maker Droid. This is the last one, and it will go through. I attack Mage of the Dead once more with Rule Maker Droid, and I'll pay 1 for a gift check. Get in there, Rule Maker. Mechanical Fury. Rest Rule Maker Droid. Mechanical roar cry and clanking can be heard as it marches towards Mage of the Dead. Come on, you big ton machine! I can handle you! Ruin Maker stops in front of Mage of the Dead and slams his hands down into Mage of the Dead. Go! Safeguard! Necromancer Rayless! I discard from my hand to nullify the attack! Throws Necromancer Rayless into the drop zone and raises her hand towards Ruin Maker. Ha! Ruin Maker's hands connect and a massive dust cloud appears. Soon, Mage of the Dead opens his arms wide, causing the dust to split and revealing Necromancer Rayless being in between the 2 creatures with a shield of ghosts in front of him. Rayless nods and disappears as Ruin Maker moves back. Can't believe we stopped that. Thanks, Hayate. No problem. Smiles. Go on, Aika. Finish your gift check. Looks at Hayate, smiling, speaks to her head. Hayate enjoys every match she's in to the fullest with everything she has. That's why it's so fun to play against her. Out loud. Gift check. Another Rule Maker Droid. No trigger. It's a blast playing you, Hayate. Huh? Thanks, Aika. I love playing against you. Smiles. I am my turn. Nods before looking back at Mage of the Dead. Mage, this is gonna be our last turn. Are you ready to pull out all the stops? turns back to face Hayate. I've been waiting for this moment the whole match. Let's throw everything we have out on the table, Hayate! Got it! Both Mage of the Dead and Hayate share a nod before switching their attention back to Aika. I hope you're ready, Aika, because now it's my turn! Aika braced herself. Draw phase! Stand phase! My face down damage is flipped face up in main phase! I discard 2 draw triggers in order to use Mage's Renew! The 2 cards fall into the drop zone. And the card I choose to summon from my drop zone will be Vicious Wrath! Once more, my power has been called upon in order to return my fallen allies to the field! Hurrah! Claps his hands together and spreads them apart, creating a green arc above him with his eyes turning pure green. Spirit that roams the shadows, appear to crush! Come to us, Vicious Wrath! A shadow looms from the arc as it closes and the shadow appears on the field and is shown to be Vicious Wrath. Thanks, Mage! Now with Vicious Wrath skill, we both discard 1. I discard a heal trigger, and I discard a Ruin Maker droid. Both cards fall into their respective players' drop zones. And don't forget Spirit's Blessing, which gives all of my creatures plus 50 power! All of Hayate's creatures glow with green energy surrounding them. And then I'll use Wrath's Renew to discard Bursting Winds to special summon Traveling Necromancer! Vicious Wrath raises his hands to the air as a portal appears from the ground and Traveling Necromancer rises from it. The portal closes, Traveling Necromancer levitates down to the ground and walks to Hayate's side. Hey Hayate, I see we're finally using everything. Does that mean I'm next? Nods. But first, another 50 power is added to the creatures on my field. All the creatures glow with green energy surrounding them. Now I pay 3 and use Traveling Necromancer's Renew in order to spell some undead dragon of the swamp. You got it, Hayate. Come to me, my friends from the beyond the grave. Opens his arms wide, causing a portal to appear next to him. Appear on the field again. Undead dragon of the swamp. Undead dragon of the swamp flies through the portal and lands on the ground as the portal disappears. Nice to see you again, dragon. Undead dragon gives a faint growl in response. This is perfect! Now thanks to that, another 50 power is added to my creatures, and I get to draw 2 cards like the Undead Dragon! Hayate draws 2 cards as all of her creatures glow with green energy surrounding them. You really brought back everything again. I'll admit it's dangerous, but I still only have 6 damage, and you only have at most 5 attacks. If I block 2 of them, I survive, and with my creatures having the strength they do, it's over. You'd only be right, but this time you're not! Smiles, causing Aika to stumble back silently in shocking gasp. I paid 2 and discard 2 cards in order to play Ferocious Hurricane! Throws a damage trigger and a shield of renewal into the drop zone while throwing Ferocious Hurricane onto the field. A ferocious windstorm blows from behind Hayate as her creatures are picked up by the wind and fly in the sky while pushing Aika and her creatures back. With this card for the turn, all of my creatures can attack you directly! What? You joking? This time I'm not. Now everyone, it's time to attack! Traveling Necromancer, Vicious Wrath, Mage of the Dead, Undead Dragon of the Swamp! Go! All the creatures floated on the wind and flew towards Aika. Looks at her hand and speaks in her head. I can't guard anything. I've got to hope for a heal trigger. Out loud and looks up towards Hayate and her creatures. No guard! The barrier forms and each creature takes turns attacking with the barrier breaking and reforming before the next attack. First Vicious Wrath, then Swamp Dragon, then Traveling Necromancer. Aika is pushed back slightly after each attack. Eat this! A small tornado forms in his hand and he slams on the barrier. Don't forget about me! Feel the power of my Storm Surge! Claps his glowing green hands, which causes a storm to appear, and as lightning strikes from the sky, goes flying down towards Aika from behind them, and all of them hit the barrier once, knocking Aika back. The strike causes the next 4 cards of Aika's song to fly back with her. In order, they are 2 key personality Shaylee, 1 Heartbringer droid, and Recycle Factory. The camera cuts to black, and we see Hayate and Aika again outside the shop, and we can see the sun setting in the background. That was so much fun! Thanks for the match, Aika. No, thank you. You always make it really fun to play against you. Really? Aika nods. Wow, thanks, Aika. Anyways, it's getting pretty late, so Hayate stops. Go ahead and go home. I'm getting pretty tired myself. That match was great enough, but it really trained me. See you tomorrow? You know it! See ya, Aika! Bye! Waves and leaves. Smiles and shakes her head as she watches Hayate walk off happily. I see why Shoji likes her. They're totally dating. Snickers to herself as the camera cuts to the hospital where we can see all of the kids and Olivia sleeping as the camera pans around the room to show what they did that day. Sitting on the chair next to Olivia's bed. I can't believe I missed out on a whole day. I mean, I guess it was fun. Pulls a song out from his pocket and looks at it, revealing Revan at the top. Sorry you didn't get to play today, but I feel like we're gonna have a great chance to show off tomorrow. I don't know why. Well, no point in thinking about it now. Rests his arms and falls asleep with his head tilting towards Olivia. Wait, you guys had a fight yesterday and you didn't tell me? Oh, come on! But tomorrow Pop Idol's showing up apparently. Shoji, why are you so upset? Wait, she plays Thera too? I wonder what song she uses. Next time, Mirror Match of Darkness, Grimoire Open!